Hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome out there. I hope you're all doing well on this Friday evening. Nice to go live. Nice. Showing my age there. Felt like something a little different. I've been using the air fryer a lot this week. Not sponsored. But I remembered this recipe that's really, really good from Jamie's book, which doesn't look like a Jamie book, does it? I'd be interested to know why he chose this sort of style, because mostly it's a picture of him and quite minimalist. This is super chunky. Anyway, easy air fryer from last year, maybe the year before. And there's a recipe in here for, let me stick this little dude on. Read it there. Pork and pineapple noodles. I have made it before when the book first came out. It's really tasty. Whee! And as the name implies, pretty much uses the air fryer to do everything. We're going to cook the pork in the air fryer, and then some sort of side veg as well goes in the air fryer. I'm just going to let the cat in 1 second. Sorry about that, just cat wanted to come in and inspect his food and go out. There we go. So pork and pineapple noodles. The first job we need to get on with is with our pineapple. I'm literally making this just for me, so I don't need to make a huge amount. But I'm going to prepare this whole pineapple and then put it in a pot, and we can use it the rest of the week, either just for snacking or for having with breakfast. It'll disappear soon enough. So, just as I get this ready, I always like to ask, what have you been up to today, particularly from a food perspective? Hello Phil, good evening. First chatter of the evening. You win a prize. I don't know what that prize is though. It doesn't go there. So what have you been up to food-wise today? What have you had? What are you having? Is it takeaway night? Can you not be bothered? You're just going to put toast on. That's okay too. Are you going around someone's house? Hello King Rich, good to see you again. All good, thank you. Hope you're well. Asking about this knife here. Although it's a Chinese knife, it's a German brand, Henkel's. I really love Henkel's knives, and I've got a few of them. It's the versatility of a cleaver. It's not my when I say preferred, it's really good when there's some heavy duty chopping going on. Just because of the size of it, you can scrape with it, you can crush with it. It's really good fun. But let's prep up this pineapple. I'm just going to get another board to sit this on. I get to use one of my favourite devices. Hurrah! Hello Fruitimus, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm all good. I hope you're well too. Some people don't like devices, gadgets that only do one job. I've got no problem with that at all, and particularly this one, pineapple corer and slicer. I think it's hilarious. I'm just going to tilt that up a little bit. Got a new camera to play with. If those of you who are with us on a live stream Monday, I was basically using that as a test for this camera, which is working fine. So you get it, if you've not seen this before, choice of diameters depending on the girth of your pineapple, all different sizes. A little pop in, pop out handle, and then a sort of slicing ring at the end, but we'll come back to those bits in a minute. Phil made a curry in the slow cooker, nice and simple. Just about to make cauliflower pakoras. Whew, you are living the dream, Phil. I had a nice curry in the week, and I air fried some cauliflower with a little oil and cumin seeds, and it came out pretty good. I've done it loads of times. I'm saying it like it's a brand new recipe to me. I've done it loads. It's great with a curry. King Rich, you've not even seen an air fryer in use. Well, a treat for you. Is the audio okay, guys? My levels are going bananas, like I'm shouting, and I don't really do shouting, so I'll be really surprised. So if I'm blowing your eardrums out, let me know. I think I know why. So with this gadget, you just twist like a corkscrew. Oh, lost a bit there. You just keep going. Till you feel like you're at the bottom. Audio's fine. Thank you, Phil. My audio levels are going bright red, bright red, bright red, bright red, like I'm yodeling or something. But I didn't feel like I was. I know why, because I adjusted it for something else I was doing. But I'm glad it comes through okay. You just got to beat the air pocket here to get these pineapple rings out. That's your pineapple rings. Oh, I actually should have gone down deeper, but I can do that again in a minute. I'll probably do that off stream. And then you take your little ring, and you can go on there as well. Just get that out of the way. Pop him down. You get lovely little chunks of pineapple. It's a great device. Just got to wash my hands, I'm all sticky. Ooh, that is not a great pineapple. It's fine, it's just not very tasty. It's quite sour. Not quite sour, more sour than I would expect. So that's a bit disappointing. Luckily we're going to bake it, roast it in the air fryer. So we should get away with it. Right. So let's pop this in drawer one, then get the pineapple going. So essentially we're going to caramelise pineapple. Hi July, good to see you. Nice to see you in. There are 2 pineapple dishes in the cookbook I now make recipes from. Now Hydrolythe doesn't just make like egg and chips. Hydrolythe makes quite wacky stuff. Be intrigued to know what you're up to. So there's the inside of my air fryer tray there. So they're all going to go in there. Ooh. Those of you that can see as well in the chat, Hydrolythe has a little star beside his name. He is one of my wonderful channel members. In other words, he makes a regular donation to the running costs of the channel, and it's really, really handy. I'm going to pop all this stuff out of the way and I'll deal with that post-stream. But I've got all sticky again, so I'm going to wash my hands. That's the thing about prepping pineapple, and why I like that device so much is that it keeps all the yuckiness in one place. You want food now, Fruitimus? Whereabouts in the universe are you from, Fruitimus? Are you in the UK? Are you elsewhere? Is it not quite ready for dinner time yet? So we're going to have a little bit of oil, just a splash, and then a little bit of Chinese 5-spice, which, like many spice blends around the world, is just a blend of different things. This one in particular is star anise, cinnamon, fennel, black pepper and clove. I'm just going to shake a little on top there. Not too much, it's quite powerful stuff, particularly the cinnamon clove flavours. And particularly for the benefit of King Rich, who hasn't seen this before, you don't really do a lot of shaking with air frying food. You put it in, and if you're not aware, I don't feel like moving the camera right now, but there's an element up here, like a heating element, just up there, and then a fan above it, and then the fan will just push the heat around. Now it's going to make a bit of noise because it's a fan. So let's set that to air fry mode, 200, and Jamie wants us to do that for half an hour. That might end up being a little bit less for two reasons. The next door chamber will be going shortly, and the kind of combined heat tends to spread, I find, and I'm only doing about a third of the pineapple he suggests, so it might cook quicker. We'll see. So there's more air to circulate around. There's the ninja noise. Hydrolyze's dish contains ice powder, passion fruit syrup, puffed rice, basil mousse, and some garnishes. I told you it wasn't egg and chips, guys, didn't I? He's always cooking out there stuff. I love it. Not the sort of stuff you do in the middle of the week. All right, and again, something like this, Hydrolyze, isn't the sort of thing you would cook either, you know? It's very weeknight cookery. Oh, I'm gonna have to cough there. So there's only one of me, but do I fancy a slightly greedy 2 slices of pork belly? I think I might do, actually. I'm going to do that in the directly in the tray, I think. What is ice powder? I don't know either. It's a great question, Phil. What is ice powder, Hydrolyze? Pork belly slices there. Thankfully still fairly cheap. Not as cheap as they used to be, but they can be a bit of a pain to get just right. A bit of oil, again, same. Oil, 5 spice. We're going to add pepper to that as well. Phil, I really applaud you hanging around, considering this is a Jamie Oliver recipe. I'm sorry. Just a splash of oil. Bit of salt. Bit of pepper. And a little bit of 5 spice. I've tried to do the TV cook thing and have everything prepared, but I'm guaranteed to have forgotten something. Fruitimus loves air fryers and meat cooked in the air fryer. Yeah, it's the speed. I also feel like some of this garlic pepper, I think that's going to go well. Brand new. Need to get the thing off the top. King Richard, Tom Kerridge's cookbook, Pub Kitchen. I think I have that book. I think. It'll be in the garage. So to that, I'm going to add pepper. Just going to de-rib it. And I'm literally going to just tear that in. Keep it rough and ready. It's orange. What the book I've got is quite a sort of navy colour, I think. Must be a different one. Okay. So Hydrolyze says ice powder is a drink that you freeze overnight, then you make ice shavings of it. So there you go. Interesting, interesting. So in there we've got pork belly, peppers, and that's now going to go in. So I set number 2, air fryer. He recommends 25. Again, I don't think it's going to take that long. Yeah, Tom Kerridge is really, really prolific, considering what business he runs, and I know he's still extremely hands-on. If any of you saw my recent video on kebab meat, let's turn that off for a sec. That's actually taken from one of his books, from his Eat Well for one of his health books, anyway. One of his books about saving, like losing weight. That's the phrase I was looking for. So ice shavings, rum and coconut milk. So kind of pina colada vibe, right? And that with pineapple, I totally get it. Yeah, you're really heading in a pina colada vibe. Right. We've also got some noodles. Now, these were a gift. Oh, that camera's not on. These were a gift. Just some udon noodles in the package. They're the ones that you would put straight in a wok and they would just come to life. So I think I will, actually I think either I'll toss them in one of these today towards the end, or I'll microwave it. I'll decide what to do with that later. So I'm going to make a dressing now. Okay, so I'm going to put the dressing straight in the bowl and then we can toss everything in the bowl in a bit. I'd also made a pork belly dish today, bean salad and some noodles. Always eating well. What was the pork belly dish? Love to hear about it. Pretty much, can't have too much garlic. Yeah, there's plenty of garlic here. I've got garlic pepper I've just used, a little seasoning, and I've got a clove is going to end up in here as well. I think I'm going to do that now actually. Excuse me. So I've got a garlic, piece of ginger, and oil, and I've tried to get everything out. I think the thing I'm looking for is there. Got a little curry kit the other day which was really tasty, and it came with a red chilli, and I knew that wasn't going to suit what I was doing the other day, so I kept that back for today. Roast pork belly with apple and mustard sauce. That sounds like the most Tom Kerridge thing ever. That's so him. And you're saying the reason I like it was the side it was served with sautéed cabbage. Yeah. Kato, hello from the other side of the pond. Hope you're doing all right, my friend. If you've just joined us, I've got some pineapple in one drawer of the air fryer. I've got some pork belly in the other drawer of the air fryer. They say they're roughly about 20 minutes away, so I'm just taking my time making a sort of salady thing to go with it. This is from Jamie Oliver's book about easy air fryer, which I have made before, and I think I actually said I've got a video from 2 years ago. I ranked all of his recipes from his recent series, and I said this was the best recipe in the book. Right, I'm gonna just ribbon up that chili. Just a little bit. Watching one on the life cycle. Is that one of those stationary bikes? Is it like Peloton? Doing a 10k ride today. Nice. I did a bike ride today. It was about 6k, so nothing like that. Just literally had to pop to my local town and get some things. So I'm going to just now grate in garlic and ginger into this bowl which has got oil and chilli in. Hope it was nice weather for a bike ride. No, it wasn't very good weather at all actually. Been pretty poor weather here on the east coast of England today. A bit, not too drizzly, but a little bit. I prefer not to ride my bike in the pouring rain. Just gets slippy out there, doesn't it? I do know how you feel about Jamie in general, Phil, yes. That's why I appreciate you rocking up regardless. Your support is noted. Oh, it feels like my grater is not particularly lost a bit of its vroom. I might have to switch graters. Quite struggling with this. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to switch graters. Maybe I need to bin it. an old school box grater. That'll do it for me. Save my fingers. Cato, how is the bike ride going? Is it alright? Not out of breath too much, I hope. Just going to peel this garlic. I'm a bit cluttered here today, guys, with the air fryer up. I'm also still getting used to where I should put this camera. I actually need a taller tripod on it, so I don't have the same flexibility I used to with this little camera. It's good, it's really good, but I need a bigger tripod for it. Aeroplane jelly. Love from Australia. It's worth you not going to bed yet seeing this. If you're going to bed, you're on the west coast. King Rich, have I considered one of those book holders? Like this one over here, which is where a book usually sits when I'm filming. But I know I need to keep referencing it here. Yeah, great to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Solid ride, says Cato. Trying to get the heartbeat up to 130. Yeah, get in that fat burning zone, yeah? Get yourself really moving. Where you really start to feel the benefit. But make sure you pace yourself, literally. Yes, pork belly, you know, regardless of whose recipe it is, I'm sure you like it. So I've just got garlic, ginger, chilli and oil in there. What else do we want? We want some lime. I really am not, I'm organised but not organised today. Everything's not in the right place. I feel like I'm reaching 2:54 in the morning. What's on the menu? Well, I'm making, from Jamie Oliver's air fryer book, a pork and pineapple noodle dish. Get all that lime zest in there. And then we want the juice in there as well. Yeah. This is when you find out when you've got cuts. Just a minute, I will get the pork and the pineapple out, have a look, have a little shake. So I'm going to hold back half a lime just to see whether it needs it later on. And I think we need some honey as well. The soy sauce. And the fish sauce, which really going to start telling you where it's from. Just go easy on that, I would, and then add a bit more, of course. A little sesame oil as well. So that's all in there. So that's my dressing, and essentially when all the vegetables and everything is cooked, it gets tossed in there. See how it goes. Right, let's have a look at the pineapple. Let's move that out of the way for a sec. So the pineapple, as you can see there, is really starting to char. It's got some nice colour on it. Always good with air fry food. Give it a shake around so that different bits are in contact with the metal. And let's have a look at the pork as well. So the pepper's got a nice bit of colour on it. The pork belly has got a start. You know, it'd be sort of edible at that point, but not particularly great. So I'm just going to flip that over. So it's coloured on both sides. There it goes. Right. Aeroplane jelly, what did you eat yesterday? What did you have? I've lost my place. Oh, there he is. Soy, sesame, honey mixed together. Right, now we can prep some veg. That's going to go in there. So this is where you can just kind of let loose and just make whatever you want. Jamie suggests crunchy veg such as cucumber, radishes, sugar snap peas, carrots, asparagus. But really it's whatever you're in the mood for. So I'm going to have a few spring onions. I've always got spring onions in the fridge, they're incredibly useful. A bit of carrot and some radish. So I'm just going to chop all these up and then put them into my dressing that I made earlier. In fact, I should taste this. Very silly of me not to taste it. I've basically got all honey there. No bad thing, but page 139. Spot on. Exactly right. It's a good book. Well, in true Jamie style, really, he veers away from the basics. You know, he gives you more interesting things to look at than just, I don't know, chicken wings. Just tries out different things. There's plenty of books out there, you know, where you can learn how to make chicken wings, where you can learn how to make, I don't know, basic stuff you do in the air fryer. So, as usual with Jamie, he's trying to get you to just try a little bit harder. And you had steak frites. What a guy. Marco comparison. Thank you very much. A couple of Marco recipes videos have been filmed. One has been edited. One is nearly edited. Hopefully one of those should be published over the next 48 hours. And then I might have to do a quick Easter lamb recipe, which I'm going to have to film tomorrow and get it out quick before it is actually Easter. And then I can publish the other Marco video. There we go. And let's trim up my spring onions. Be watching my subscriber. Thank you, King Rich. You remind me of Ben from Sorted Food. Yes. Well, I wish I had his subscribers. I got into this too late. That's the problem. I dithered for years getting into YouTube and what have you, and I shouldn't have done. So obviously we're using raw veg here, so anything you like eating raw. I was going to eat that. Checking my ingredients. Oh, there's a little bit of chilli on my finger. Must make sure I don't rub my eye. Got some herbs, some coriander, and some mint, which I'm just going to roughly pick and then chop. And I think really it's the coriander and mint where that starts to come alive, you know, with that freshness. My Nightbot is going crazy posting messages, isn't it? Usually it's set to like 7 or 8 minutes it will post something randomly, but it's chatting by itself. So we're knocking on the door of a weekend, or for people like Aeroplane Jelly, it is the weekend. What have we got plans for the weekend? What have we got on? I'm going to make a roast lamb tomorrow, like I said. Quick video. And Sunday, going out for dinner. Because on Monday, it's my birthday. So we're going out Sunday to a lovely local restaurant for their sort of special roast, which I've not tried before, but I'm told it's excellent. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Phil tells me it's never too late to get into YouTube. Well, that's very kind of you to say so. It sometimes feels like a massive uphill struggle. It really does. When the video just doesn't land, like there's one I did about Nigella cakes the other month, about a few weeks ago now. Sitting on like 600 views. It's, yeah, that's hard, you know. And then you get other videos just race to several thousands. It's a very complicated beast. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Kato. That's very kind of you. Just gather all those herbs up. We'll have a look at everything in the air fryer, and I must heat up the noodles shortly. Lovely big blast of herbs is going to make it taste so fresh at the end there. Okay, let's have a look at our dudes. Chris Young. Oh, huge fan of Chris Young. Amazing videos he makes. Amazing. And, you know, being an alum, well, not just an alumni of the Fat Duck, but, you know, really was there at the height of its creative powers. Oh, they've gone really black. Probably a little darker than I would like, to be honest, but they'll taste good. And they'll get woken up by the, let me pop them on a plate for you, or on the board so you can see them. So they've had 22 minutes and they are ready. I did say I thought they'd be done quicker. But this kind of salad is going to be very forgiving. Oh, yeah. It's going to go in there. I just heard the pop of fat from the pork. Pork has had 20 minutes now, so we'll go and check that. A bit more light in there, don't we? But they're looking good. They're virtually done. I am going to pull the peppers out of there because a bit like the pineapple, they're looking quite charred. Grab those out. Jelly, have you browsed Jamie's air fry book? Is there anything in there that takes your fancy? There's a recipe in there for mint aero whoopie pies, which basically means chocolate mint whoopie pies, which is really good fun. I'd recommend it. As well as this one, genuinely. I think they might be done, you know. Let's cut them up, have a little look. Oh my God. Tiger Rick rocks up to chat like Bash at the Beach 96. Whose side is he on? He's out there giving out memberships like an absolute legend. Rick, thank you so much. One of the original supporters of the channel, and he's very grateful that I'm doing a Jamie Oliver recipe. I know he's always bigging me up and backing me up when I'm doing Jamie Oliver recipes. So thank you as always, Rick. Very kind of you. He gave out gifted memberships to Aeroplane Jelly, Aaron Batrick, Pro Thrasher, not an amateur, AJP 2309, and Let the Light Shine In. Well, enjoy your gifted memberships, guys. I've got members only videos on the channel. Go and find it. They've got their own little section, their own playlist. You've got other things that ordinary mortals won't have seen before. Go and enjoy. Thank you again, Rick. You are incredibly kind. And do pop in and say hello, because you've just waltzed in, gifted memberships, and wandered off again. Jelly, thoughts on Adam Ragusa? Let's try a bit of pork first. Yeah, I think they're done. I'm not going to push them any further. We'll come back to the Adams, both Ragusa and Bayat, in just a second, guys. Let me just get this moving. Two things. I'm just going to microwave these noodles briefly, just to wake them up. If you were doing an actual stir fry, you could add them straight to your wok. But obviously we're not using a wok here. I probably could do them in here, but I'm worried they're going to dry out really quickly in the intense heat of an air fryer. So let me pop these on the microwave. I'm just going to mute for a second. I'll be right back. So we've got two Adams to discuss. We've got Adam Ragusa. So, you know, another guy, a bit like the Salted Food guys, it's hard to knock the level of success that they've had. And Adam is an extremely gifted communicator, but I think even he is sometimes baffled at the success he has. That sounds like I'm knocking him. I'm not. And Adam Bayat, of course, one of the OGs, has done really well with his YouTube channel. He's been around all of them. I think he worked with Marco Pierre White in the 90s. Yeah, and his channel, it's quite relaxing, isn't it? It's quite peaceful. That bit of pork I had, sort of under seasoned, so let's give it a little bit of life. We are of course going to put this in the dressing in just a moment. Noodles are just about done. Feeling Rick going mad in the comments. Rick is a wonderful man. He is. You'll even forgive his Jamie love. Rick says Jamie is irritating but brilliant. That's a fair summation. I can understand that. So here's all our ingredients for our pork and pineapple noodle salad. It's all going in there. We're just going to toss that up. This is the kind of salad, it can be a bit hot, a bit cold, it doesn't really matter. Jelly says 31 and 43. Let's live look at that together. Page 31. Chicken schnitzel. Lovely bit of photography. I think this isn't a Lord Loftus, is it? I think he passed away. Yeah. Oh, it is David Loftus. Oh, good. Chicken schnitzel, bashed out chicken, breaded with flour, eggs, tomato paste, anchovy. Yeah, I like the sound of that. It's a good one. And then 43. What else have we got? 43. Teriyaki pork ribs. In a meaty mood, are we, Jenny? That looks very good. I confess I've tried neither of these, but maybe I'll add them to rotation. very, very soon. Right, so that's all that in there. So we've got radishes, we've got carrots, we've got roasted peppers, roasted pineapple, pork, all this stuff back here, lime and honey and all that good stuff. I've just zapped these noodles in the microwave just to wake them up. So we'll add those in as well. Yes, Phil and Rick, you do know each other. Difference is Rick uses the same name everywhere. If you think about it for a minute, Rick, you'll figure out where from. So let's just break these noodles up. That's the thing with these straight to wok noodles. They can be a bit claggy, but the heat of the noodles is going to just wake up any clagginess. Scoop up all that dressing from the bottom, get it all mixed in, and let's just double check the recipe, make sure I haven't missed anything, and then we can give it a try. There we go, I have missed something. We're supposed to add a little bit more. I knew it, I had a feeling there was something different. Supposed to add some honey to the pork for the last few minutes of cooking, although I suppose it was early, but it wasn't on my radar to do that. That's fine, we've got plenty of honey in the dressing. I'm just going to tumble over some sesame seeds. Mix all that through and then pop it onto a plate that's a bit more presentable. So jelly, have I heard of Backyard Chef? That's interesting. I hadn't until about, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, not even that. Suddenly his videos were popping up in my feed in the way these things do. And I thought, it's quite good. I haven't checked out his whole back catalogue yet. But thank you for the reminder. I can't remember what video of his was served up to me that looked really interesting. So that is quite a monstrous plateful, but then I think I didn't really scale the recipe down very logically. I just did what felt right. And this is just for me. Other family members are sorting themselves out tonight. Oh, that blast of chilli at the winking at me at the end there. Do I want to chopstick this one? I don't know. Let's see how chopsticks goes. I don't think it's going to work. I think these noodles are going to be too rubbery. Anyway, let's have a proper look at that. Pork and pineapple stir fry. Pretty much all done in the air fryer. I realise when I say that I sound like I'm a sponsored video. This isn't in any sense. I paid for the Ninja. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so what you've got there is so many different flavours. You've got nice crunchy veg, soft pork with a little bit of crackling on the end. The dressing is full of all good stuff. Honey and sesame oil and soy sauce and fish sauce and lime, all coming together to make all sorts of combinations. And it's probably one of those dishes where every mouthful is slightly different depending on what ended up on your fork or chopsticks. Jamie actually recommends flat rice noodles, but I just happen to have some of these chunky udons in the cupboard, so I thought I'd start using some of those, and they'll struggle with chopsticks with those. Personally, they sort of slip about. So Jelly says looks good. Love the colour of the carrots and the crunch. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's bits of actually orange pepper, exactly the same shade of orange as the carrots in there. But yeah, it's one of those dishes that just looks good from every angle. Would have I preferred frying it traditionally, or am I happy with air frying? I think stir frying would have been quicker. Obviously you get all your mise en place, get everything ready. The pork belly, you'd have to cook another way regardless. I don't think you could cook pork belly in a wok. Probably not. So, I mean, one of the things about air fryers is the sort of hands-off nature. So I've popped it in, I can wander off and do other things. And of course, if you're not yapping at camera and talking to people in a chat room, it's a little bit easier to get everything sorted, and you'll have much more free time on your hands. So this dish works really well. Obviously it's designed for the air fryer by the fact that you've got pork belly in it. You absolutely could vary it up though and do a version that belonged in a wok, but you don't think you could use pork belly. Not that you'd have to have it, of course. I think this would be perfectly nice without pork belly, but I'm happy to have it. That's very good. Like I said, every mouthful just slightly different. With pineapple in there, with carrot, with the green onions, radish, and every so often the chilli comes by to say hello, which is quite amusing. Oh. And I've still got half a lime, but I don't think I need it. There's plenty of lime flavour in there. What do we think? Is it one we're going to give a try? Just checking how everything's behaving itself out there. Yep, okay, good. Lovely. You're assuming I've seen all 3 seasons of Jamie's Revolution. Yes, I have. Not for a long time. I saw it when it first came out. But it was really interesting, the challenges of fixing school dinners in the UK versus the US. Completely different prospect in terms of scale, in terms of budget. You know, it's just a completely different, as usual for Jamie, he didn't appreciate exactly what he was getting himself into. Thank you, Phil, I'm quite pleased with that. It's come out very tasty. And yeah, every forkful, something a little bit different, which is nice. How are those cauliflower pakoras coming, Phil? And Kato, how many K down are you? Are you there yet? Lovely. Well, I'm at a point where I'm not adding much to the conversation because I'm chomping away on this dinner. So I think that's probably a good point for me to... They're just cooking now. Good. I would love to know how they come out. In the end. While some of my best fans are here, best friends are here, there's a feature on YouTube that I've never enabled for this channel. It's called Community, and it's essentially, hit 11k, nice work, well done, off to bed, yep, thank you, Jelly, go enjoy those members videos in the next few weeks, go and check them out, nice to see you. There's a feature on YouTube called Community, which is like adding a forum to my YouTube channel page, and I haven't really been bothered about enabling it, because you should see some of the comments I have to deal with. to have an entire community, I don't really fancy enabling that as well. So that's something I've been contemplating, or whether it would just get filled with rubbish. But if I did that, it would mean people like Phil can put pictures of his cauliflower pakora in there, so I could have a look at them later. Anyway, nice to know your opinions, but I'll give it some thought. Thank you, Phil. I'll enjoy my tea, and thank you for the birthday wishes. I will pop some stuff on the community section over the weekend. For those of you that are still watching on Twitch, I think I will go and raid. Let's go and find someone nice to raid. Try and find someone who speaks English, because I can see lots of different people all over the place. Can't actually see someone to raid into, so I will leave it for there. But yes, nice to see you all. Thank you again for chatting along. Great to see you. I'll catch you live as soon as I can. See you in the next one. Thanks all.